Welcome to the Elite Leader podcast. My name is Carlos Hoyos. I will be your host. This is the first episode. This is the pilot. And let me explain you a couple of things that you might find here that will be useful for you. So our entire purpose on this podcast is to actually create a community of like-minded leaders, executives, entrepreneurs, business owners, and influencers that are really working on the strategic level to create a better place, a better environment, a better world, better companies, better families. And we have a few columns or pillars that we find super, super, super important to share here. Sometimes we might bring some people that are completely unknown to the market, but these people have a nice story to tell. They have something to add for you to keep on evolving in your strategic leadership, in your environment, your company, your own life, right? We also believe in self leadership as the starting point for every kind of leadership. I cannot improve other people's lives. I cannot mentor, coach, or influence other people if I'm not able to influence myself. So that's the starting point. So once we have this, we have self leadership, strategic side of the company, market. And of course, we are going to be talking about technology, not because of the sake of technology, but how technology actually affects the work of business owners, of executives, leaders, and our life in general. And things are changing super mega fast, and they're going to continue to change. And we are going to bring people that we deem valuable and they're relevant in their fields. A little bit about me. My name is Carlos Hoyos. I'll be your host, and I'm based on Campinas, the state of São Paulo, Brazil. I've been podcasting since 2016. I had different incarnations or kinds of podcasts. And I realized that the most fun moments are with the interviews because we learn, we share, we contribute, we grow. And the reason I'm starting this international podcast is because I've been slowly moving into the global arena. I've been working locally in Brazil for roughly 13 years as a business owner, entrepreneur, executive coach, business advisor. And the last 3 years, I'm also been actively working internationally. And I have the opportunity to meet and know fascinating people around the globe. And I really want this podcast to be international podcast. Yeah. Join us, enjoy the show, give us your comments, give us your love, keep us honest in integrity, evolving every single day. Right. Our first interviews are from last year, from 2025, by personal reasons and challenges in life. We had to delay the official launch of the podcast. Once we get this thing going and in a faster pace, we're going to be launching more and more podcasts that are more recent. But even though some of these interviews have several months of being recorded, they're still super relevant to make you think to become even better and a strategic leader, influencer, business owner, advisor. Another piece of information that I found really helpful to you is you are not going to find advertisement and pop-ups as ads. I never put ads since 2016. I have hundreds of recordings, and this podcast is the English international version of the Elite Leader podcast that I launched in Brazil. So this is why we are doing what we are doing. We actually want to put forth fascinating content, interesting people, giving people a space. These people are book writers, are business owners, entrepreneurs. Some of us, they are international bestsellers and people that are really interesting and not necessarily very well known around the globe. Some will be, some won't be, right? So every episode we have extra content that you can consume. We're going to have probably a newsletter. You're probably going to have an inner circle. You're going to have different opportunities to join these special inner circle groups. As like I said, the intention is to create a community of people that are interested in go together, learn, contribute, share. And I'm super open for suggestions and feedback. Again, I have no idea where we're going to end. What I can tell you, podcasting since 2016, is that amazing things happen in podcasts. I have known people for decades, literally decades, and I find interesting things just during the interviews. And I hope you are going to find interesting things, right? I sort of started talking about myself, but I haven't finished. Anyway, so I've been doing executive coaching, business advisory for over a decade, 13, 14 years this year. I own a business company here in Brazil and executive and business development. I have clients all over the world through partnerships, and podcasts has been a life-changing experience for me. And I've grown so much because of podcasting that I want to give back. I want other people to have this opportunity to grow. So I want to open this channel. Feel free to contact me. You're probably going to have some link here, some contact email address. I don't know where it's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere. And we're going to have a site. We're going to have a lot of interesting things here for us to be in touch. And if you're interested in being interviewed, and if you believe that you have a story to tell, enter in contact. You have somebody to recommend, recommend. Right now, at this moment of this recording, we have 10 interviews ready to be produced in production right now. And we're going to start pumping them out and publishing them and adding value to you in very different aggregated contents apart from videos and audios. I have 2 kids and I love reading a lot. I love writing. I'm a member of the Forbes Coaches Council. I run a networking group there that it makes me proud because I love networking. And that's the reason why I started podcasting, is just to meet people and connect people and support people and help people. To me, networking is a way of life, is a philosophy. Networking is something that I learned deeply in BNI, International Company. Business Network International is the name of BNI. It's a global company, but acts locally to help business owners, entrepreneurs to become better in marketing and selling and relationships. And this has shaped my life. So again, I have received so much from people. I have learned so much that I feel that I have the obligation to give back to humankind, humanity. And that's one of the ways that I can do this. We might have content that will be different format than interviews, but our main platform will be interviews. Again, I don't know where this is going to take us. And drop me a message, an email, a comment, and let me know what you want to see here. And we are going to work on this as much as we can to add this value back to you. Another piece of information, some people get confused when we use the word elite, and elite has got such a bad reputation sometimes, like the elites of the world, the deep state of the elite families are controlling the world and all that stuff. The origin of the word elite is something that has been developed, trained, nurtured to be one of the kind, the best. So the word here, elite, is not related to people that were born as an elite. It's somebody that puts effort, energy, sweat, and blood to become better and better. So the idea of the Elite Leader Institute, my company, is to help leaders become the best of the best, not because they're entitled, not because they were born from a special family or they have, as expression, blue blood. No, the people are not special for any reason in that sense when I use the term elite here. Elite is the best of the best because of the effort. So think about elite leadership, elite businesses as people that have put the extra effort to become Olympians, elite athletes, or elite forces. So why not elite leaders? So that's the idea of the elite leadership. It's journey. It's not a state, and somebody can be an elite leader one day and 1 year later is not an elite leader anymore. So it's a daily journey. And again, 3 areas that we work constantly, and you're going to see here: self-leadership, leadership and governance, management, all the related areas that will help people become better team players, leaders, business owners, entrepreneurs, board members, business advisors. So that was my intro, my pilot program for today. Again, we are going to have different bits and pieces of information, but most of all, we are going to have amazing guests here. And you are not going to regret following us. And you already know, if you want to see the news, if you want to know what's going on, what's going to happen, there's some place that you subscribe the button and you are going to do the, You know how that goes. You have to train the algorithm to tell you, yeah, I want to know a little bit more about this. So stay put, stay on the radar. We are going to be back with amazing content. May you have an amazing life. May you be a lead leader. May you follow your journey, and may you add value to people around you and your family and your community and society and in your neighborhood and your company, whatever you are, add value to people. That to me is the secret of networking. One of the things that I like to do writing at Forbes Coaches Council, and at the moment that I'm recording this, I think we have 11 or 12 articles. There are solo articles apart from 40 or 50 group contributions in panels, is about networking. It's the real networking to me is when you add value to people. And you add value to people not monetarily only, but emotionally. When you help people become a better human being, when you have the possibility to help somebody to have a better day, when you can alleviate a little bit of suffering and pain, you are adding value to people and people will remember you. If you can make people smile, if you can make people feel more worthy, if you make people be visible when they feel invisible, you're making a difference. You are adding value. That's what I believe, adding value to people. And that's my way of adding value to you. See you in the next episode. Take care. God bless you.